Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing well and hope you have seen the first part of this chapter of the series of print culture. Today we are going to start with the first topic of your textbook, which is the first printed books. Till now we have seen in the previous video that what all we are going to study in this chapter, how we are surrounded with print media, print culture or printed material, and we also had a pause for few seconds to think that how the world without print it could be, or how it can sound. We cannot even imagine a world without print. Okay, so now as we said there also that print itself has a history. That's what we are going to study now. We'll see the history of print. Okay, so we'll see that how you got these history textbooks, which many of you find that they're too boring, but I have never found history boring. I really feel it is very interesting. Let us see that where is that root, from where you got these textbooks, or what is the history of print. Let us get started. So the earliest kind of print technology, it was system of hand printing. Now, hand printing doesn't mean you are putting ink on your hand, then using your hand to write on textbook or paper. It was some other. We'll see that what this system was. So this system of hand printing, it first developed in China, Japan, and Korea, and amongst these three also first it developed in China. Okay, so the hand printing system before the print technology, as we see printing presses now. So before these all, the first kind of print was hand printing, and this system developed first in China. Okay, so it was in the year 594 AD. Now before I go to the topic, I just want to clear doubt of the students regarding AD and BC. Now you will say, we know AD is after the death of Christ, and BC is before the before the birth of Christ. It is not like this. For BC, you are all very right. Before the birth of Christ. Okay. Let us say Jesus Christ was born in the year 1950. Okay. So all those years before 1950, they are called as before Christ. Now, when you say that 1951, okay, so according to you, AD, after the death of Christ, so 1951 does not exist, right? Because he might have lived for how long? Okay, let us say he lived for 50 years, means up to 2000. Okay, so according to you, after the death, when you say, then the years, you don't have any time, or you don't have those years in history, those 50 years from 1950 to 2000. You miss those years when you say after the death of Christ. Okay, so actually AD means Anno Domini. Okay, it is AD means Anno Domini. So when we say AD, it is not 2000. It is not after the death of Christ, but it is 1951, after the birth of Christ. Okay, when Jesus Christ was born. So all those years after that we call as AD. Okay, so don't keep that concept as after the death of Christ. Okay, so let us go back to our topic. So in 594 AD, means after 594 years of birth of Jesus Christ, books printed by rubbing paper against the inked surface of wood block. Both sides could not be printed as it was thin. Now I will show you here. Don't get confused. As we said that, yes. Hope you are able to see. Hope it appears clear to you. So it was books in China were printed by rubbing paper against the wood blocks, against the inked surface of the wood blocks. As you see this portion here, it was a wood block. Okay, plain wood surface, or you can say wood plank. Over this you can see these letters were carved. Okay, obviously you won't be able to read these letters because this is not we are not familiar to this language. Okay, so in this way these letters were carved, means like carving is done on stones, etc. In the same way letters were carved on wood. Okay, then you can see these letters, they appear to be darker than the surface of the wood block. Okay, because these letters, they were inked. Okay, the ink was applied on these carved letters, and then they were rubbed against the papers. Okay, means this was put on the paper. Okay, then it was pressed, so all the ink, it will be printed on the paper. So this system of printing is known as wood block printing. This only we call as hand printing. Okay, so as both the sides of paper or sheet, they were very thin or porous papers. That time papers were not of good quality. Okay, so we can say that you can say, even today if you try this at home, you can just put any of the paint or ink, then you can see when you use it on the paper, then you will see, you will get the same ink on the other side of paper as well. Okay, so these books initially, they were printed only one side. Okay, so both the sides of the page, they could not be printed, because first, this also becomes a 1 mark question, that why both the sides of paper were not printed with wood block printing. So this was the reason, that paper was thin. Okay, and not only thin, it was porous also. Okay, so because of that, because ink will reach the second side also, so that's why they were printed on the first one side only. Okay, so Chinese accordion book was folded and stitched at the side. Now what is Chinese accordion book? This is the Chinese accordion book. Hope you are able, it will appear clear. This, as we said, that it was printed on the one side only. As you can see these pictures here, here also you will see, and even in these inside both, here. Now if you see this paper, another side of this paper, which is this way. Okay, it does not have anything printed on it. Okay, so how they were used to keep the books? They were folded like this, in this zigzag way. Okay, they were folded and then they were stitched together. You can see these all papers, they are stitched like this, or before binding, the book looked like this. Okay, these are the papers. So this is how the traditional Chinese accordion book was folded and stitched at the side. This is also very potential 1 mark question even for NTSC. Okay, that what was the traditional Chinese book? It was Chinese accordion book. The name of the book was accordion book. Fix it in your mind. Okay, it was printed on one side. Okay, and was folded and stitched at the sides. Why it was printed on the one side? Because of paper was thin and it was porous. Hope this much is clear. What we have seen here, that earliest print technology developed in China, Japan and Korea, and first printed books were printed by rubbing paper against the inked surface of the wood blocks. So using this technology, both the sides of the paper could not be printed because the paper was thin and porous. So Chinese accordion book, which is traditional Chinese book, it was folded and stitched at the sides. Okay, so now this is done. After this, there is another thing now, that these books, they were copied also. Okay, sorry, it is taking time. So these books were copied also. There were scribes which were hired by the shopkeepers, or you can say the booksellers, who were used to hire these scribes. Now scribes kya hote hain? Who are scribes? Scribes are the people, okay, those who were used to copy calligraphy. It was known as calligraphy, whatever work these scribes did. Calligraphy, art of beautiful and styled handwriting. As you can see here, many of you also might be knowing this, how to do calligraphy. They were superbly skilled craftsmen and could duplicate it with accuracy. So as we have seen Chinese accordion book, okay, so there might be people, those who would be wanting to read it, right? So how to make it available for all those people? For that purpose, that book was copied. Okay, copied not in the way as we write in our notebooks, or you might copy in exams. Okay, it is some other way. You can see this is this person's scribe. This is in the this is the painting of scribes. How minutely they were used to copy each and every detail of the text which was written, and they were used to write very beautifully. That's why we call it as calligraphy. Okay, so calligraphy was done. Major producer of print material, huge bureaucratic system which recruited personals by civil services, exams, textbooks. Now what is all this? Let us see from here again. For a long time, China remained the major producer of printed material. As we have seen, wood block printing, it was invented in China. So it is very obvious that for a long time, the major producer of printed material, it was only China. Okay. Then this also becomes a question. Okay, 3 more question. Many a times it had been asked in the board exams that China had remained the major producer of print material for a long time. Justify the statement. So how you will answer? Reason. What was the reason for that? Because civil services examinations were expanded or they were held in China. Now civil services examination, as you all might be knowing, that all the government officials, okay, who are recruited through competitive exams, which we also know as UPSC exams, etc. So all those exams that time also they were held in China. Now it was not like present day UPSC exams or civil services exams. There were governments, okay, the government also required different officials for working or looking after different fields, or you can say different areas of control, or even in the court of king different ministers were required, okay. So to get those people or those officials recruited, there were exams held, okay. So in China, as being a very vast country, these exams expanded. Though government required more and more these civil servants or these officials, so this civil services examination expanded. The use of print material also expanded then, okay. Because now when you're holding exams on large scale, so to have those exams, you will also require the candidate to read something, right? There needs to be something from, as you all say, let us say class 10, okay, you will have exams. So for appearing in exams, you are very sure, you have those textbooks in front of you, you know the syllabus, okay, you know that on what basis you will be evaluated in exams. So in the same way, those people were also given or they were provided with this printed material, so to prepare for the examination. So this was the reason that because of civil examination expanded, okay, the print culture or the demand for printed books also expanded in China. So apart from now scholars, even merchants started using print material. Now not only scholars but also the merchants, they used print material, which we call as new readership. It happened especially in 17th century when print culture diversified. Diversified means now not only the scholars, they read the books, means the writers, etc., or the especially for these Chinese civil services examination, etc., but also the merchants, they also started using print. Why now? Why merchants will need print? Because what do merchants do? Because they do trade, right? For trade, they will require to go from one place to another. There will be different currency and all. There will be, it also depends on written, or you can say what would call it, that collateral something, or they might ask for giving, promising, or when we take something in written, etc. Okay, so traders, these merchants also started using print. Reading became leisure activity now in 17th century, or with the course of time, people, especially women at home, okay, when we talk about upper class women, these women at home, in their leisure time, they started reading books like fiction, poetry, autobiographies, and romantic plays, etc. So reading now became leisure activity, means whenever you are sitting free, read a book. Because those days, means of communication, IT industry did not develop so much, right? As today we have so many other means of entertainment and all, or leisure time activities we know. Okay, so those days reading became leisure activity. So now what we are seeing, that print is becoming diversified. Okay, merchants started using print in trade, etc. Then now reading became leisure time activity also. Rich women also began to read. With the emergence of urban culture, use of print diversified. Now what is urban culture? Urban culture means when people move from villages to cities, that we call as urbanization, like city life. Urban culture means city life. Okay, so even in urban areas, print, print was used very extensively. People, they might use print for advertisement. Okay, in cities, as industries also grew. Okay, these industries may require print to, for trade and all, traders, and also for whatever the products were produced, for labeling them and all. Okay, so then also white collar jobs, etc. So all of the jobs, such kind of jobs which were clerical work and other white collar jobs, etc. were there. So there also print was used now in urban culture. So what we are seeing here, that now print got diversified. Okay, now print was not just limited to those scholars and all. Merchants started using it. Leisure time, it became leisure time activity. Women started reading print. Okay, and with the emergence of urban culture, okay, as the cities started growing, so the use of print also started growing. It was in late 19th century. Then Western printing techniques and mechanical presses were imported, and Shanghai became hub of new print and catering to Western style schools. Now, what does this mean? You might think that China has invented woodblock printing or that hand printing system. Then now Western printing techniques or machines are coming to China. It was idea originated in China. Okay, let us say this is China. This is hand woodblock printing. Now from here, in China also, there were, as we say that in India, different travelers had come, they had written their biographies, they gave account that what kind of system of government was there at that time in India. In the same way, visitors, these travelers, they also visited China. So when they were in China, they had gone through this woodblock printing, and when they returned back to their country, let us say Italy or Japan or Korea, when they returned to their countries, they brought with them this technology of woodblock printing. And initially, here also woodblock printing, it was used extensively on wide scale. But later, these Western countries, they developed new technologies. Okay, this woodblock printing, it was, you can say, modernized, or new mechanical processes were done, with which it became more advanced. So okay, so now what means this woodblock printing? It was renewed, or you can say, or new techniques were invented. These new machines now, they were then brought back to China, and there Shanghai became the hub of new print culture, catering to Western style schools. So shift from hand printing to mechanical printing technology, Western style schools they became in. Now, as these machines came into China, so major hub of this print was Shanghai in China. Okay, so now Shanghai started, these China people in China, they started getting orders from Western countries for printing books using these new technology. So there was shift from hand printing, because now woodblock printing no more existed. It was replaced by mechanical printing now. So now Western style of school. China started catering, or you can say providing services to the print culture, catering to Western style of schools, like means it started printing textbooks for schools. Okay, so now we have seen here that we started with also woodblock printing and we ended with also, right? So we were on China only. In next videos, we'll be studying about how print reached other countries of the Europe or world, other you can see even in India. We'll be seeing late in the course of the chapter. Till now, so your focus should be only on this, that first print technology was developed in China. It was hand printing using wood blocks. Ink surface of the wood block, it was rubbed on the paper. Then both the sides were not printed because the paper was thin and porous. Then we have seen the first Chinese accordion book. It was stitched together, right? Then we have seen new readership as print diversified for scholars, officials to merchants. They also started using print. It became leisure activity, and also women started to read the books, and urban culture, it also diversified the print. Then we have seen in 19th century print technology, it was developed in other countries of Europe, and then this technology was imported to China. China is always, today also you might have noticed in news channels also, where when we talk about made in India, make in India, all this, then always China is at great hit, right? Because China has now become the manufacturing hub of the world. Many of the countries, they develop their technologies, they design their products in their own countries, but they then manufacture it in China because the production cost is very low there. Might be because of so many of their population is very high and skilled population they get there, so cost of production becomes less. So manufacturing that time also, that imported machines, printing machines, they were sent to China, and there then the China started serving or catering to the Western style of schooling, or you can say textbooks, etc. This is how the print developed in China. Now we will see in next video how it developed in other countries. Hope you are clear till now. We'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Have a good day.